Good evening. This is the Power News Show with your host, Shikama of Shikama Live. I just wanted to make a brief video talking about my prediction that Obama would be out of office by the end of 2013. I know that video is only 6 months old, but that prediction is actually 2 years old in the making. We had projected that Obama would not see the end of or the first year of his second term if he actually made it that far. We had predicted that he would have been impeached before the end of his first term for his both treasonous, unconstitutional, and unpatriotic acts as a president. Worse than anything that any president has ever done in history. If this is a repeat of the George Bush policies, he took it to an entirely new level, and that's no excuse to say that he's simply continuing what George Bush did. If that's the case, George Bush should have also been impeached, which I personally felt he should have been impeached. He was doing things that were also unconstitutional. I don't know if he rose to the level of treasonous, but he did things that were unconstitutional. This president has done things that I feel are treasonous. I haven't even gotten into the things that he's done overseas with the United Nations. I haven't gotten into the things of him being beholden to the Queen Elizabeth of Great Britain. I haven't even gotten into those things. This president is a whole new ball of wax. I feel he's beholden to the British Empire as such as it is still today. I feel he's beholden to the United Nations. He has positions inside of the United Nations, and I do not mean as President of the United States. I mean he actually holds office in the United Nations, which is against not only constitutional law, but also against U.S. foreign regulations, dictates and laws and regulations here in the United States. It clearly says that cannot happen. The president must step down. There is no hearing. There is no anything. He just simply has to step down. And he has not stepped down. And he does, in fact, hold those positions in the United Nations. Now, why was he not impeached at the end of 2013? We were predicting a completely different climate going back now three years ago. We were trying to look into the future, get our crystal ball out, and we said that if he was not impeached the last year of his presidency, that surely he would not make the first year of his second term. We were wrong. I apologize for that. The people that I relied on were wrong. The people that I had this discussion with, and the people bigger men than me, such as it is in politics, felt that he would not make it not only the last year of his first term, but definitely, I was assured, his first year of his second term, he would not last. But the political climate changed. With the Democrats holding on to the Senate, which nobody could have seen. We thought they would have ushered in a majority to the Republicans. We thought surely this would have been a done deal. But the political climate changed. We were not able to do what we thought we were going to do based on the Republicans. Not to say that the Republicans would have done anything different, but we thought perhaps if there was a quorum in the Senate of Republican senators plus the independents, that we would have had an impeached Obama by the end of 2013. Now, there is a lot of you who say if the House impeaches, the Senate has to go through with it. And here is a correction on that. A congressman, be he a senator or a House representative, spends his entire political life checking on who will support his causes and who will not. If he does not have enough support, or if he's a very bad congressman or bad senator who doesn't care about the support, or who throws out bills and just hopes that they will be passed, most congressmen do not even put the bill forward. So we have a bunch of rhinos in the House of Representatives. For those of you who do not know what a rhino is, it is a person who is a Republican in name only. Rhino, right? So these are Democrats who transferred over to the Republican Party, and we call them neoconservatives. Now, this transition occurred some 60 years ago, 50 years ago, and it was to set up a specific set of events which were coming to fruition during the Clinton administration. This is why I said in my New Year's video, make sure you study history, and especially, if nothing else, American history. They set up in place things in action that would come to fruition that we saw taking hold during the Clinton administration. It wasn't Bush that the neocons were taking control. It was during Clinton that the neocons were taking control. Remember, these are Democrats who transferred over to the Republican Party. So many of you are so confused, and so many of you forget. If you see Republican by somebody's name, you say, oh, this person is Republican, and you assume that they have been Republican all of their political career. And that is just not the case. That's not the truth. So, during the Clinton administration, the neocons took over, they took control, and they started things. Now, these neocons are now called rhinos as a nice little name, but they are neoconservatives, neocons. These are people who are trying to make these deals to come to make sure that their cronies on Wall Street get deals like Halliburton, and that we proclaim wars in Iraq, Afghanistan. These are wars that were projected during the Clinton administration, during Bush Sr., during that time. And this is going back how many years ago? Before J.W. took office, before any of that happened. These are things that were set in motion during that time. I heard about it during Clinton's administration. They were chomping at the bit to go to Iraq. They were looking for any excuse to go to Iraq. We had declared that we were going to go to Iraq, and then the public opinion was against it. If nothing else, people who remember that the public was against invading Iraq as a neocon construct should at least step back and take a look at 9/11 with a new eye, with a very skeptical eye, because it was not so far before that they had wanted to go to Iraq. 9/11 happens, and we go to Iraq. The entire country is in uproar, and we say, yes, go to Iraq. But it wasn't. I don't even think it was a year before that they had tried to invade Iraq, or had set in motion plans to invade Iraq, and the country said no. Then Bush created a political atmosphere where he said, if you are not with us, you are against us. So when he declared he was going to Iraq, if you said no, then you were against Bush, And Bush was saying that if you're not with us, you're against us, that you are un-American. He stopped reporters from criticizing him. He stopped reporters from reporting on all of the various details of Iraq, of bringing up the fact that they had already tried to go to Iraq. Fast forward now to the Obama presidency. We thought that we could impeach this person and get him out of office, maybe try him for treason, and that 2013 would have been the time to do it. There is still more talk now of impeaching Obama. Even the mainstream media is now catching wind of it. First, a few months ago, it was a laughable thing, but now it's being reported as a serious thing that they would possibly impeach Obama. There's talk. Now they are very afraid 2014, the election that is coming up, that the Republicans will take control of the Senate, that they have to fix this Obamacare without repealing it, to make sure that everybody believes in how fantastic it is, but it is not fantastic. They are running scared, and they have to fix this Obamacare, because if they fix the Obamacare, then they can say the Democrats have saved the day. Everybody has universal health care, which is not the truth at all, even if Obama was working 100% perfectly. It is not about health care, and don't believe it for a second. If the Republicans have the balls and can do it, they will repeal Obamacare. They will sweep the elections at the end of 2014, and that will spell the doom of Obama, we think. It is just so much that we have to put up with, and all of the wrongdoings and bad things that the Democrats are getting away with, since they have the media in their pocket. CNN, NBC, CNBC, MSNBC, Bloomberg, you name it. They have ABC, CBS, PBS, all of these outlets, the stuff on the web, Huffington Post, who of course, I said this on my Facebook, they banned me, not for calling anybody names, but for questioning whether or not the report that was on the site was factually true. And I just think it's laughable that I get banned for asking or saying, I do not believe this information is factual. I believe this information is generated to get a reaction out of you, and it has no basis in truth whatsoever. That's the Huffington Post for you. You know I'm not, if you looked at my videos, you know I'm not going to be ranting and raving and calling people all sorts of terrible names. I'm not that type of Negro or American or human or gentleman, if you can imagine what your eyes are seeing. With all of these outlets, the Democrats can run roughshod over everybody. I've reported on Senator Udall of Colorado with his shenanigans. Everybody in New York, just every politician. I mean, just corruption, just rampant. I've just reported it on it, and I keep bringing it to your attention. These people are underhanded. They are corrupt. They can be bought. They are bought and paid for, and nothing they say is true. I've said you need to take responsibility, and you do need to take responsibility. If you are a Democrat watching this video, I want you to sit and think hard. Go over my videos, see what I've reported on, and think hard. Are you voting for the people that are correct and looking out for your best interests? I'm not saying a Republican is. I'm libertarian, actually. I don't think either party is looking out for your best interests, but even 10% of what the Republicans say that they stand for, including the right to life for unborn fetuses, unborn children, even if they do 10%, this country will be better off. Impeaching Obama is a fantastic, 100% good first step. I don't know if Biden would be better, and maybe Biden will go with the baby water, the bath water. I don't know. But Obama is treasonous. He is unconstitutional, and he will put you in jail for no reason, without any due process, no call to your lawyer, nothing. Nothing. No trial, nothing. Now chew on that. If you think he's so fantastic, chew on that. Anyway, thank you for watching this. I was trying to make this a quick video, but it's not so quick. But these things have to be said. I had to explain all of this to you all. Thank you so much for watching Power News with Shikama. I know you're bursting at the seams to leave a comment, so go ahead and leave a comment. If you're not subscribed already, I'm running a 10,000 subscription contest. Make sure you subscribe. Share the video so other people that can subscribe also. Like the video so everybody can see it. All of these things work in tandem to help the channel out. And I know you want to help me out, don't you?